Hey guys, what's up? It's Fern. Thank you so much for joining me for another Plenty video. Spring plant preparations are officially underway as of today. This is going to be the first video where I'm kind of focusing on getting my collection ready for the growing season, and I'm so excited because I have been waiting. And I know it's only February, and sometimes people will get upset and comment that it's not spring yet, but I feel like as plant people, to fully utilize the growing season, we need to be prepared ahead of time. I basically want to make sure all of my plants are like ready, all potted up and just ready to go and ready to grow so that they can kind of take advantage of the whole spring and summer going into fall. Whether you like it or not, it's just kind of time to get started on a lot of spring prep plant chores. And yeah, it's a very exciting time of the year for a plant person, but also a little bit overwhelming, and it can be a little bit stressful. So yeah, that's another reason to just kind of get started early. Over the winter, I took apart a lot of my moss poles. I had a lot of plants that I wasn't happy with, and if you've been here on my channel, then you might remember me I talked about it in a lot of videos that my collection just wasn't in the best place. And yeah, I basically ended up taking apart a lot of moss poles, chopping up a lot of plants over the winter, and since then most of those cuttings have just been propagating, and I've been waiting until now to be able to pot them and restart them and hopefully just grow them out to be big and beautiful. Also, we're definitely at the point in the year where the days are noticeably longer. There are some warmer days coming about now, and yeah, we're really on track to get to that optimal growth kind of time. So yeah, I don't think that it's too early to be doing a lot of these things, like taking propagations and things. I finally started my Notion up thanks to a class on Skillshare called Notion for YouTube Creators, Easily Manage Your Creative Projects by Asante Bean. That is currently where my kind of spring to-do list is living. So thank you to Skillshare for partnering with me on today's video. I started my Notion with the goal of kind of keeping track of all of my content creation stuff, just kind of a place where I could have everything visible and it could help me to stay organized and stay accountable. I've really been trying to just be better with things like staying on top of my posting schedule and stuff like that. And that's what the class was geared towards, was content creation stuff. So that was really helpful. But then I thought, you know, there's so many other ways that I can use Notion. So of course, the thing that popped into my head was to have my plant stuff on there. Skillshare is an amazing platform because it's the largest online learning community for creatives. There's thousands of classes led by industry pros across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and more. Skillshare offers everything that you need to know on a variety of different topics. There's truly something for everyone on there, and they make it so fun because it's interactive. You can post projects, you can look through other people's projects on there, you can leave comments, ask questions. Whether you're wanting to advance your career, your side hustle, or skills that you're currently working on, Skillshare is an excellent resource. And if you're not sure where to start, they have something called Learning Paths, which has been really helpful. Learning Paths on Skillshare is basically a group of hand-picked classes all on one topic that are sequential, so they all build upon each other. So you take them in a certain order, and then you can kind of master whatever topic it is. It's not only fun to take these classes, but it's also really satisfying and rewarding. I always feel so good about myself whenever I have finished one and I've learned something new. So if you would like to join me there, the first 500 people who click the link down below in my description box will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Okay, are y'all ready to get started? I'm sitting over here, by the way, because it is a sunny day out today, which is good for the brain, but not so good for y'all being able to see what I'm doing with the sun shining in onto the table. But I think I've waited long enough that it's kind of moving. So I think we're good to go here. We can start getting to work. So I've pulled up our list here, and I've organized this into technically 5 categories, but the last one is just plants that I want to put on wire poles, and my wire cutters are not coming until tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to do those today, which is fine because I have a whole bunch of stuff in my other categories for us to do. So we have a to chop category with 4 plants in there. We have 1 that I want to extend. We have 1 plant that I want to move because I'm not super happy with the spot that it's in. Oh, I actually just realized where I think I want to move it to. And then we have a to pot section with 4 plants that I would like to get potted up and to put on poles. Oh my goodness, I've been making poles like crazy. I made 4 poles, Rousseau poles in my last video as well. And now we're gonna be making 4 more Rousseau poles. I feel like I really like the past couple months I've hardly had any plants on poles, but now I'm gonna have a lot on poles again. At one point I had like 30 poles or something crazy. And then I went down to only having like 5 or 6, but now I'm gonna have a lot again. Okay, so I think we're just gonna go in order and we'll start with the to chop section. So we're gonna be chopping philodendron El Choco Red. I've really been wanting to start that plant over. I'm just not happy with it. We are also gonna be chopping my poor amydrium medium silver that has been suffering with some mystery disease over the winter. Philodendron ring of fire, and philodendron Burl Marx fantasy, which I was debating on, but I think I am gonna chop it. We'll talk about that more once I'm doing it, but yeah, okay, let's start with the El Choco Red. I'm gonna go grab it and get set up. Okay, the sun actually is still making it really hard to see over here. Like, what the heck is that? So I'm gonna try to go this way. The kitchen is a big mess behind me. It's full of like plant stuff that needs to be cleaned because I was doing plant chores and dishes and all kinds of things, so just ignore that. But this is my philodendron El Choco Red. This is the newest leaf right here. This is an old one that's been on there for a long time. It's only these 2 leaves, and it has these really long crazy petioles, and I'm just kind of over it, honestly. So I think I'm going to be cutting this down to wet sticks, and then I will see if I have success growing it from that, and I'll try to give it more light. I'm also thinking of trying to grow this in pon because I've seen Plants by Melissa have a lot of success with her El Choco in pon. And I've had a lot of success growing this plant in the past. It used to look completely different from this when it was living in my greenhouse cabinet. It was so beautiful then, but once I had to take it out of cabinet conditions, it's just grown crazy. So I was considering just getting rid of this plant entirely, but I don't think I can do that. So I'm gonna go the wet stick route. I am also gonna be drinking a poppy, which I'm so excited. I'm obsessed with these right now because I've like heard so much about these, and I've seen people drinking these in the US for so long, but I've never seen them for sale in Canada until this last weekend, and I was like, oh my gosh, I bought them so freaking fast. I am a beverage girly. I love just a yummy drink. I don't drink alcohol, but I love just like yummy sodas and kombucha and stuff like that. So yeah, delicious. It's gonna be my first time trying the orange. It's good, but I think my favorite so far of all the poppies I've tried is the cola one, because it literally tasted like those Coke bottle candy things, you know? Okay, time to get to work here. I have to get my shears. So my first step is just gonna be to remove the leaves. So it's kind of bittersweet to do so, but it needs to be done. There's one leaf gone. They're so big. Bye-bye, El Choco Red. You'll be back one day. You will be back. I don't even know where I want to just cut it there for now. This one was damaged, but it was kind of pretty besides the damage. And even though it was a big leaf, it did still have some red on the back, because they do grow out of the red backs. This plant, the botanical name for it is Rubri juvenile. So that means red when young or something like that. Now I guess I'm just gonna get in here and remove it off of the pole so that I can cut this up into wet sticks. Okay, I'm just gonna cut it at the bottom. Oh my gosh. Hard to cut through. I need these shears. These are the ones that cut through thick stems. Oh my goodness. Look at this thing. This is crazy. Okay, don't need that anymore. Although there is a crystal in here that I want to keep, so take that out. Okay, I'm just gonna take off as much of these dry bits as I can so that I can see where to cut between the nodes. Okay, I'm cutting off this weird part. The growth point, I'm not gonna keep this. Okay, so this is what it's currently looking like. And I'm just gonna take, well, I don't know. Let's see how many pieces I cut this into. This can come off too, this piece. I don't like this gross, ew. Okay, I'm just gonna start cutting. Okay, so I've got 3 big chunks, and I think that these each have 2 growth points on them. So I'm just gonna pop these into my perlite prop box, and yeah, the same situation that I did with my philodendron El Guapo or SP Silver, if you saw that. They should root up. If they don't, honestly, I'm not gonna be that sad about it, but I mean, at least one of them should root up, like statistically you would think. Okay, this is what the perlite prop box is currently looking like. We have some Hoya in here that do have roots, which is really great to see. These are, I don't remember if these were part of the SP Silver. They might be. A couple of those. This is Monstera aurea. This is a leaf that I accidentally broke off of my Begonia chloristicta the other day that I'm just trying to get to root. And yeah, that's it. We don't really have too much in here right now, so there's lots of room for these guys. Gonna do it like that. See if I need to, I think I'm gonna put a little bit more water in here. Some Super Thrive water is what I'm gonna put. Okay, the sun is slowly moving out of the way, so I hope that, yeah, that's not that bad, is it? That's not that bad, and it's just gonna keep moving. Like, it's almost gonna be going down, so I'm going to take a seat. And the next plant on our list is the amydrium medium silver, which has had this leaf browning issue for the past couple of months now, at least, and I have no idea what's causing it. The thought was that it's edema from like irregular watering or cold temperatures. I've tried to remedy that by not watering at night and by running a fan and stuff like that, and nothing has worked. The roots look healthy, it just keeps browning. Like, it's puzzling. I have no idea why it's doing that. So unfortunately, it's just gotten to the point where it doesn't have very many nice leaves on it, and I'm just gonna try to take cuttings and hope that the issue stops. Like, I don't know. I'm at a loss with this one, honestly, which really sucks because this is one of my favorite plants, but hopefully we can just get it restarted. So here it is. And yeah, this is the issue. I don't know what the heck. And it started spreading up here to the nice new leaves. I have 2 leaves at the top that do not seem like they're affected. And they do have some roots in the pole, so I'm hoping that, oh my gosh. I'm hoping that I can just cut this and I'll already have some roots, depending on which nodes are rooted in. I feel like we're preparing for surgery or something here. This is the operating table. Okay, so the pole extension is here. I'm just gonna cut, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna cut here. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I'm gonna cut there and then that one. So that leaf is coming from there. Okay, I'm just gonna cut here. I can always take more wet sticks if I want, but I'm just gonna take some cuts to kind of start us off. The roots are so healthy in this pole. Like, I've been really good at keeping up with the watering of this and everything. Okay, I'm gonna cut it again lower down so that I can hopefully remove it from the extension, the second extension. This is confusing to explain, but I'm trying to take it apart. Oh, there we go. Okay, that was actually easier than I thought it was gonna be. So, I'm definitely not gonna be keeping any of the base because this is the part that's all unwell. But the roots are healthy. This is why it's so puzzling. The roots are nice and white and healthy. So yeah, super, super strange. So many roots in the pole. Look at this. That is crazy. Like, it loved this pole. I'm gonna obviously keep the pole in the pot and everything. I'll just wash them well. I don't think that this issue is anything that's contagious because it hasn't affected any of my other plants, and a lot of them are like touching this one. Imagine if it was just root bound and that was the issue. I had never even thought of that. I've never seen this type of situation from a plant being root bound, but I will say that there are a lot of roots in here. And this wasn't even potted that long ago. Like, it was potted last spring or summer even, probably last summer. Hasn't even been a year, so I doubt that would be the reason, but you never know, I guess. Anyways, okay. Let's work on this here. Oh boy. I'm just gonna start by undoing the pole so that we can fully remove this and see what we're working with. Taking my plant apart.
Is that the one that's had the disease?
Yeah, something's wrong with it. One of the roots went through one of the little buckle holes. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to save it. Okay, there's one. Now there's just the top extension, which is easier because there's only one vine in this one. Wow, I'm making a giant mess, but that's okay. All right, so now I just have to remove the moss from here so that I can see what roots we have going on, which it actually looks like we have a decent amount of roots, which is really great. Maybe I can just pot up some of these cuttings and I won't have to go through the whole propagation process. That's the nice thing about moss poles. If you keep up with them, normally I'm not able to actually utilize moss pole roots like this, but I have been a lot better with keeping my moss poles moist. Plus with the Rousseau poles, they stay moist a lot longer, so it's just easier for me to maintain. So it's actually really cool to be able to have these healthy roots on here. I'll show you them once we're all done taking this moss off. It's a lot of moss, and I don't even know if I want to, well, I'll boil it and then reuse it. Okay, that took a long time. It was a very tedious job, and I have so much moss in front of me now. Like, yeah, wow. Definitely accidentally broke off some roots as well, this really big one, which sucks, but I did the best that I could. We do still have a lot of roots. Like, look at this. This is a wet, very fully rooted wet stick that I guess I'll be potting up, and then just other cuttings like this. Really good root system on there. That leaf doesn't look bad either. This one barely has any roots, but most of them have quite a bit of roots. So I need to pot these up somehow. I kind of need to figure out how I am going to do that. Let me clean this up and get my potting supplies and everything, and then I guess we'll get this plant restarted. Okay, so I think I've got this moss pole, this new one. This is a new pole and fresh moss and everything. I've got this ready to go. And I think for these longer ones, I'm gonna try to just embed them right into the moss, and hopefully they'll just keep growing. This is the good leaf, right? Yeah, this is the new good leaf. So I'm for sure gonna be keeping this one. And yeah, I'm just gonna try to strap it right in there. I'll put some of it lower so that it can be in the soil. Okay. This one. I don't know what to do with this, whether I should put it in the soil or just put it right onto the pole. Maybe I'll do like half and half. This is experimental. I've never done this before, but we're just gonna see. This leaf is damaged, so I'm gonna cut it off. Unfortunately, I could probably just snap it off. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna try to close this up carefully. This is not easy. Okay. Oh, this is the petiole. That doesn't need to be in there. Get out. Get out. That's way too big. Oh, it's too small. Okay, so I'm gonna give it this 6-inch pot. And I'm gonna use my Molly's mix. feel like it's not gonna be able to complain with this, hopefully. I'm just gonna try to fill up this bottom of the pole part with the Molly's mix. Oh wait, why did I do it like that? Why did I do it like that? Why did I do it like that? Does anybody know why I did it with these sticking out when I want the pole to be on the bottom? I don't know why I was thinking that the pot was going to be here and then the pole was going to be above. I haven't done this before, so the brain is not braining. I'm gonna have to redo it. I'm gonna have to redo it. Okay, I'm just gonna cut to when this is fixed. Okay team, we are figuring this out. I've got this moved up. So now the roots are all just in this bottom portion. So let's try this again. This is good. We can all learn from my mistakes, especially me. Okay, let's put that in. Good, good. We're on the right track here this time. Actually, I might do like one little layer of the mix on the bottom, just so that it's not right up against the plastic. Just a really thin layer like that. So I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on all the growth points to make sure that they're not getting caught up in the plastic, like in the strappy things. Because sometimes that happens and I could see that being a problem with this since there's so many growth points coming in. I'll just have to watch out for them. Oh, it's so cute and small again, this plant. We have been on quite the journey together. I've actually had this plant for quite a while. I really love it. I fear that we are not going to be getting as far through my to-do list as I hoped we would. But we're gonna do our best, and I'll just make a part 2 to this video. I'm gonna do as much as I can tonight, but it is like almost supper time. I was not expecting this to take so long, but it really did. Like removing the moss took forever. It's just been a bit of a slow process. But we'll at least do the propagations. I suppose I could split this into like different themed videos, like we're doing the chopping today, and then we can do like the repots in a different video. Maybe we'll do the chopping and I don't know, I'll have to think about it. But okay, this one is done and it actually looks really good. It looks really good. I did break a growth point down here. Gosh, that's annoying. I feel like I'm breaking plants left and right these days. Okay, let's just bring this out of here. I'm gonna fill it up with a little bit more moss because honestly, this needs an extension already. Like it literally does. Okay. Let me make an extension quickly. This is why when I do my monthly resets, I kind of just want to make a whole batch of moss poles so they're just ready for me to grab and just pop on. Because like I said, I've been doing a lot of moss poles lately. Okay, y'all, amydrium medium silver has officially been restarted. This is what it's looking like now. It's got a lot of pole ahead of it, fresh potting mix, seems to have good roots, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, it's bittersweet, but I'm just really glad that I got that done. Oh my gosh, I thought I saw a bug, but it's not. It's not. I'm just glad that I got that done so that I can try to grow this plant without that problem happening. We'll see. I will keep y'all updated, but yeah, we're starting her over. Okay, I am making such a mess, you guys, like all around me, all on the floor, around the table. It's just chaos. But we have my philodendron ring of fire here. This has been living up on the wall on this Rousseau pole mount, which I love these pole mounts so freaking much. It's such a cool way to be able to display plants on the wall. They have this like hangy thing. So it's really nice to be able to get poles up on the wall, but also it's just really handy to keep your climbing plants stable. This one obviously isn't very tall, but I have my Monstera Esqueleto on one now. My really tall Epipremnum I have on one, and those plants would not be stable without this pole support. So really been loving these, and they just look so nice as well. I love the wood. All right, so we are going to be chopping my philodendron ring of fire. This is a plant that I really don't show a lot on my channel, and it's just because, I don't know, I don't like it very much, if I'm honest with you. And that really sucks because the ring of fire in general, I love. I think it's so stunning when there's a nice specimen of it that has like nice variegation and everything, but mine is just mostly green. Like, it comes in with a few speckles, but nothing terribly impressive. I love when they have like a lot of cream on them, and yeah, it's unfortunate that mine is looking like this. But instead of getting rid of it, if I came across a nice one, I would probably buy it. But instead of getting rid of this, I think that I'm just gonna cut it up, root a bunch of cuttings, and then see if I can get any nice variegation from any of the cuttings. So yeah, that's gonna be the plan. So this is essentially, well, it's not gonna be the same as the El Choco because I'm not gonna do wet sticks. I am gonna keep the leaves on tack, and I'm probably just gonna water propagate. But I am gonna start by removing this from the pole because this is a plant that, I mean, as of late, I've been pretty good about keeping the pole moist, but in the past I just was not consistent with it at all, so I'm not confident in the roots that are in here. Anyways, let me lower you down. I really don't understand how some ring of fires are just so beautiful, and then mine just looks like muddy and has such minimal variegation. Like, it's just kind of sucks, to be honest. But we'll see what we can make of it. You never know. Okay. Ooh, there we go. That was quick. The whole plant. Also, I just want to note that before chopping all of these plants, I did make sure that I have watered them within the past couple of days, because you don't want to take propagations from thirsty plants. They kind of need to be, you know, well hydrated and in good health to you know, be able to have the best chance at rooting up and everything. Just removing some of this crispy stuff. All right, now I'm just gonna try to take single leaf cuttings here, but the nodes are pretty close together on this plant. That's what it looks like. But I'll try, see what I can do. I wish I had a more precise, maybe I'll go get my smaller snipper. It's a little bit more precise. Or you know what? I do have a utility knife that I use for propagating sometimes. So maybe we'll use that instead. This will be super precise. Yeah, if you ever have a plant, especially something like a Thai constellation where you can like, the nodes are so close together, you can barely even get in there. This is the best thing to use. Okay, just gonna try to do clean cuts. Whoops, there we go. Kind of satisfying doing it this way too. This will be the top cut, I guess. This leaf looks pretty nice. I just wish it had variegation. But it's all shiny and nice. Growth is trying to come. Oh, she's dripping. Okay, I need to clean this off. And then I need water. I just feel frazzled since that amydrium took so long. I feel like it kind of, I don't know, made me feel like I'm behind now. Okay, I'm just gonna be using these Starbucks cups. Hopefully these will root within like a few weeks so that I can pot them up and see if I can get some new growth happening on these. I don't want that one to be in there very low. This is a lot of cuttings. How many do I have? 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 cuttings? My gosh. Let's use some of this Super Thrive water that I have. I was just talking to the camera without recording. But here are the Ring of Fire. They're all done. I'm just gonna set them in front of the window and keep an eye out for roots. I've actually never propagated Ring of Fire before, so this is gonna be a first. I'm imagining that it will root up easily. It's a philodendron, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. Okay, let's talk for a minute about this philodendron Burl Marx fantasy. I actually originally had a question mark beside this on my to-do list because I wasn't sure if I wanted to propagate it. To be honest with you, I actually wasn't even sure if I wanted to keep this plant because it's really been frustrating me lately. It's just not, like, the bottom half actually looks really nice. Like, I'm really happy with these leaves, like up to here. It looks so pretty, but then the top just looks horrible. The leaves were having a hard time unfurling. And they're all like pointed down. And I tried to remedy that because I was like, oh, it must be because the lights are on the lower part of the plant, which they were. So I tried to remedy that by putting a grow light higher up, but it still just doesn't seem to really be helping. So I'm having second thoughts about chopping it now, but I do kind of want to try to just start a smaller one to see if I can just get it to grow nicely. Sometimes with my plants, I just like when I'm not happy with them, I always just get the urge to start over. Like I'm like, no, I just need a fresh start. But I did repot this not that long ago, so I kind of just want to maybe move it to a different spot so that it'll be getting, maybe in front of the window, then it will be getting light from above it, because the window's a lot taller than the plant. Yeah, I might just move this, see how it does, but I think in the meantime I am gonna take a couple of cuttings, but I'll just take it from the secondary, because there's two, well there's more than that actually, is there? There's two vines growing up here. So I think I might just take cuttings from the secondary vine and I'm gonna try to start a new plant from those, but then I'll let the main one just keep growing for a while. I think I'm actually gonna move this onto here and then put it in front of the window. I really love this philodendron when it's looking good, but when it's not looking good, it's just like kind of ugly, to be honest. So yeah, it's kind of difficult. Anyways, let's take a couple of cuttings. Okay, can we even see? It's right at the top of the camera. So I'm wanting, oh, there's a greening pin in there. Let me get that out. I don't even know if this is rooted in. No, it's not really. Okay, I want maybe 3 leaves. And then there'll be a 4th on the way, I guess. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a different one. Oh, that's the main one. Okay, this will be 3 then here. Okay. Oh my gosh, I've like had so many pins in this. Oh, and it's just not attached to the moss pole at all. Oh my gosh. Why? Why won't you root into there? That's so weird. Is this part rooted in? Okay, there are roots up here. So maybe the top growth will start looking better since it's rooted into the pole. Gosh, who knows? Okay, I'm gonna take this out. This is like doing nothing except for being annoying. And I'm gonna pop the plant onto here. Let me get its cover pot. This is the cover pot I've been using for this plant. I don't particularly like it, to be honest with you. And it looks even worse because this plant is ugly and it doesn't even fit properly. Nice. Maybe I should just, well, whatever. It's fine for now. Okay. Okay. Now I just need to put one around the pot. Okay, at least it will be stable now. And yeah, I'm just gonna put it down here. Oh my gosh, stepping on things. Should I keep trying to grow that philodendron or should I throw it out since it's not really bringing me joy? I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, let's cut this up, I guess. There are some really tiny roots starting that we're, I guess, trying to go into the pole, but nothing substantial. Guess I'll just be water propagating this too. Probably just gonna pop it in some existing little prop vessels that I have there by the window. Oh, It looks like I chopped it once before. Oh shoot. I think this one will be a spent node then. Okay, well that's fine. I'll just have a 2-leaf cutting. Oh wait, there's another like, yeah, okay, I've got to cut this off. Bye-bye. There's roots there. A leaf way up here. Okay, I'm just gonna do these two, I guess. Like, why is it growing so crazy? I want it to like lay nicely. That's like the whole thing that I like about this plant is how it's so flat, like vertical against the pole. So when it grows crazy like this, I'm just like, why are you looking like that? Low-key, I want to start this from wet stick. Why do I feel the urge to wet stick everything? Do you know why? It's because I know that this is going to root and then it's going to start growing and the new growth is going to be really ugly because the new growth, like the first leaf, is always ugly after propagation. Oh my gosh, is this leaf? It's like broken. That's why it's facing down. What the heck? Do you see that? It's literally like snapped here. Huh. Okay. Well, I guess that's her excuse for looking like that, but I'm just gonna throw these in water and just see what happens, I guess. They're so sticky too. So much EFN on this one. Popping them in with my Monster Elbow cuttings, which need to be potted up, by the way. Maybe in the next episode we do of this spring prep. Okay, I need to go wash my hands because they are sticky with EFN. Okay, not sure how I feel about this video. I did not get nearly as much done as I thought I was going to, but it's almost 6 p.m. now and I need to cook dinner and everything, so I'm gonna call it quits. But we made a dent in our spring to-do list, and this just means that y'all will probably get a bonus Saturday upload because I'm gonna do a part 2 to this video. Honestly, maybe a whole series of just like spring plant chores that I'm doing. Let me know if you want to see like multiple, like maybe 3 or 4 videos like this. I'm glad we got done what we got done, and it's been very satisfying to check this off of my Notion checklist. Maybe I'll even add to it because there's always, you know, constantly, oh wait, that's already on the list. I thought of something new, but I didn't. Anyways, yes, that is going to be it. Thank you so much for joining me for this like kind of chaotic spring prep plant chores. Maybe it just feels chaotic to me because I feel like I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. Thank you so much again to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. There will be a link so you can check out Skillshare down below in the description box, and the first 500 people who click on that link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, which is amazing. All right, thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment down below. I would love to chat with you. Also give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Other than that, I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Try